Hello? Yes, hi. I'll be performing your hearing exam today. Great. Now I know that they asked you a couple questions up front, but I just want to make sure we got everything correct. Have you ever had a hearing exam before? It's not scary, don't worry. It's pretty basic. And your name? Good. Gotta make sure I got the right patient. And then just your date of birth to make sure. Perfect. Okay, so just to start off, I'm just going to ask you some basic questions about your hearing and your ears. Is that alright? Okay. Do you find yourself having problems hearing, just in everyday life? Is there a specific time that's harder for you to hear? Maybe when you're in a restaurant with people talking, or at school, maybe at work, when it's louder. Okay. Yes, that's pretty normal. Okay. Have you ever had an ear infection? No? Okay, that's great. You must have been a healthy kid. Oh, let's see here. Currently, are you having any pain around your outer ear or inner ear? No. Good. Alright, I think that's all the questions we have for you today. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting headphones on you, and we're going to be testing your hearing through different pitches through the headphones. Yes, it's pretty simple. We're going to have you just raise your hand when you hear the sound. For example, if you hear a sound on the right side, you're going to raise your right hand. And if you hear a sound on the left side, you'll raise your left hand. Yeah, pretty basic. Yes, it's just going to be different pitches and different levels of tones just to test how your hearing's doing. Alright. Let's go ahead and get you set up then. Okay. Right. Now before I'm going to hook you up to the earphones and the sensors, I'm just going to take a look at your ears. Is that alright? We want to make sure that there's no, here, I'll look in your ear with my flashlight. We want to make sure that there's no buildup in the ear, or that the ear doesn't look red or puffy. Now this doesn't hurt when I touch you. Good. Very good. Okay, well that ear looks perfectly healthy. I'm going to go ahead and do this ear now. Now this ear's a little bit red, but it's not sore at all. If I touch here, does that hurt? No. Alright. It could just be the heat, because other than that, it looks perfectly healthy. Okay. How about if I go like this and rub down? Anything? No. Perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and get these sensors on you. Yeah, they're just pretty higher tech earphones is what we're going to be putting on here. I'm just going to put this in your ear right here. Feel free to move it a little bit to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. comfortable? Good. Okay. Now these are hooked up to my computer over there, and that's where I'll be running the sounds through. Right? Okay. Now I'm just going to do a test. Alright? I'm going to do a test through the computer on your left side and your right side to make sure that you can hear and the headphones are properly working before we start. Is that alright? Okay, 1 second. Alright, so just like we said, if you could raise your hand if you hear my voice on either side. Alright, can you hear me from this side? Good. And can you hear me from this side? Perfect. Okay, that's looking good. It's looking like you can hear everything just right. Just make sure the cord's alright here. Now, do you have any other questions before we start? No. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to just be right over there. Remember to raise your hand if you hear anything on that side. Okay, let's start the hearing process. How is that? Interesting, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and unwire you here. Here we go. Alright. So let's go ahead go ahead and look at your results, okay? Alright. So, so you scored very good. You were able to score over 90% on both ears. Your right ear is a little bit better than your left. Right. So yes, you did very well, above average. Your hearing seems to be doing just fine. And if you're not having any ear infections or any pain in the ears, that's a really good sign. Do you listen to music loudly? Yes, okay, well you're very lucky then, because sometimes listening to music can cause hearing to go down, obviously. I think we're all guilty of listening to music a little loud, but we do have to be careful of our ears. Right. Okay. Would you like me to print off a report so you can see everything yourself? Yeah, I will just show the frequency that the sound was, and if you got it correctly, how fast you did, and so on. Alright, well, I can print that up for you, and it can be waiting at the front desk when you leave. So yes, congratulations, you seem to have really good hearing. Did you have any other questions for me? When you should come back? I would give it a couple years because your hearing is in really good condition right now. I would come back if you start to have any problems though. If you start to notice that you're having hearing troubles, you're not understanding people's words correctly, or if you have any pain, go to your normal doctor as well, and then they can send you over to us. Alright, well if that's it, and it looks as if your report has been printed up at the front office. Yes, it was my pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.